Hello! Today we're going to learn about adjectives. While we're learning about adjectives, we have 3 objectives or goals. The first one is that we want to be able to define the term adjective. So that means that if someone asks us, hey, what is an adjective? We should be able to explain it to them. The second goal is that we want to be able to identify the adjectives in a sentence. So if we read a sentence, we should be able to tell which words, if any, in that sentence are functioning as adjectives. And our third goal is to be able to identify which word the adjective is modifying. And we're going to talk about what that word modifying means in a minute. Okay, here we go. We're going to go to our note sheet from our interactive notebooks. And we're going to take some notes here. So, first of all, what is an adjective? What does it do? An adjective is a word that modifies a noun or pronoun. To modify means that it will describe, change, limit the meaning of, or give more information about the noun or pronoun that it is modifying. Okay, so to modify a noun means you're describing the noun, you're changing the noun in some way, limiting the meaning of that noun, or giving more information about that noun or pronoun. When we're in elementary school, we learn that a adjective is a description word, a word that describes another word. And that's true, but a noun actually is so much more. An adjective is so much more. An adjective can do 4 things in a sentence. The first thing that it can do is tell us what kind of noun we have. So, for example, if we want to know what kind of song you were listening to, you could say it's a famous song. You could also say it's a happy song, an upbeat song, a slow song, a fast-paced song. Those are all adjectives describing what kind of song you're listening to. You could also ask me what kind of noise I heard, and I could describe that to you and tell you that it was a squeaky noise. All right, so that tells us what kind of noise I heard, a squeaky one. I could also say that it was a loud one. Oops. It was a loud noise. I could tell you that it was a quiet, soft noise. Or it was a really obnoxious, annoying noise that I heard. It kept me up. So annoying. So those are words that all describe what kind of noise it is. So noise is the noun that's being modified or described, and squeaky is the adjective describing it. What kind of light did you see? It was a green light, or it was a flashing light, or a bright light, or a yellow light. Okay, those are all words that describe what kind of light I saw. If I said I saw Christmas lights, then Christmas is describing what kind of lights I saw. Okay, so an adjective can also tell us which one, which noun. Okay, so if you want to know which song, this song. I'm listening to this song. Okay, or that song. Which way are you going to drive? I'm going to drive that way. That is the word that is telling me which way I'm going. So that is a describing word. It's an adjective that is modifying the word way. Which words are you going to read? These words. Those words. These describes the noun words. Okay. An adjective could also tell us how many of a noun we have. For example, how many dollars do you have? Well, not very many. I just have $1 today. How many years has it been since you've seen each other? It has been several years. And how many dogs are in the dog park today? It looks like there's 5 dogs in the dog park today. So 1 is an adjective describing how many of this noun there are, how many dollars there are. Several is an adjective describing how many years, which is a noun. And 5 is an adjective describing or telling us how many dogs were in the dog park. And lastly, an adjective can also tell us how much of something there is. So for example, there's some music playing. How much music? Some. How much music did you download? Some. Or it could tell us that we have more room in the back seat. Okay, so there's more room there. How much room? More. More is an adjective describing or modifying the noun room. And how much energy do you guys have on a Monday morning? Less energy than you need. So less, it's an adjective modifying the word energy, describing the word energy and telling how much of it there is. So it's very important that we don't forget about these 3 categories. We often learn that nouns describe what kind, but we forget, adjectives describe what kind, but we forget that adjectives can also tell us which one, how many, and how much. Adjectives can do many things in a sentence. Now, next we need to know that these articles are the most common adjectives. These 3 words right here, you'd never guess it. The, an, and a. These 3 words right here are adjectives because they tell which one. For example, if I say the song, which one? The song. I'm going to read a book. Which book? A book. So the, an, and a are also considered adjectives, and they're easily forgotten. Sometimes you can have 2 adjectives describing the same thing. For example, I could say to you, the green light. Green is describing what kind of light, and the is telling which one. So you can have 2 adjectives for 1 noun. Another example of that would be, if I'm going to add a slide here. Okay, so another example would be if I said the purple door. So the is an adjective describing which door, and purple is an adjective describing what kind of door. I can make that plural and say the 5 purple doors were all closed. So now the is telling me which doors, 5 is telling me how many doors, and purple is telling me what kind of doors they are. So all 3 of these words are all adjectives describing the word doors. The doors, 5 doors, purple doors. Okay. So, these articles answer the question, which one? Don't forget that there are possessive pronouns here that are not considered to be adjectives. My, our, her, his, or their. They just show possession of a noun. They do not describe it.